Greetings guys and gals, this is XIJABERWALKIX bringing you the best in SC Gaming. Today we have Fantasy versus Flying, set 6 I believe, of SKT1 versus Woongjin Stars, played on the 8th of December. This is going to be played on Fortress. It looks like at the 6 o'clock position we have the red Protoss flying, and Fantasy is going to be the Terran as yellow at the, or peach colored it looks like actually. So the peach colored Terran player at the 9, and SKT1 is down 2-3, so this is set 6, 2-3 on Woongjin Stars. They just played a little bit before this, and I did a cast of that, and they went to the ace match, and I believe they put up I don't know if this is the same one. Actually, I don't think this is the same one, but they put up someone, and I believe they won. It might have been the Fantasy versus Baby, but I don't remember if Baby's on Woongjin Stars. Anyways, it doesn't really matter because this is a whole different matchup here, and so this is going to be TVP on Fortress. Supply depot going down at that southern position for Fantasy, and Fantasy is the undisputed number 2 Terran player in the world, I believe. Some people might say Lita, some people might say Light. Just spoiler alert, Light just beat Flash actually in the Pro League some time, which was really impressive. Both went battle cruisers in the end. They went for a little bit of mech play, but kind of tech to battle cruisers a little bit fast, and Light just wanted to drag that game out for a ridiculous amount of time. I don't know why he did that. He could have won from probably 32 minutes, but it ended up being a 52-minute game. That game is also casted by me, so check it out if you'd like, even though I just kind of spoiled it. But yeah, so Cybernetics Core going down for Flying. I have no idea who the freak Flying is, although if you guys want some insight, here's some stats. Fantasy is 9-3 in the Pro League, and 3 wins and 2 losses versus Protoss, and he's ranked 3rd by Kespa, the Kespa power rankings, so he's ranked 3rd. And Flying, don't even know who Flying is. He is ranked 53rd and is 1-3 in the Pro League for Woongjin Stars, so not doing very well, and 0-1 versus Terran. So I can only assume that Fantasy is going to come out ahead in this matchup. It looks like a Zealot is going out for Flying, and Fantasy is going for probably his SCV Scout. That's what's going on. They're both going to see each other, not do any engagement whatsoever. Early pressure being put on by Flying, and Cybernetics Core spinning as well, so he's probably going to go for Dragoon range. We probably, most likely, will see that play where the Dragoons come up, very early Dragoons, and then we see, the Siege Tech get up. The SCVs have to be pulled off to repair either the barracks or the bunker, and then the Siege Tech comes off, and we go from there. The Marine might be able to pick off this Zealot. The Zealot's not doing too much damage, gets one hit off on the Marine. The Marine is being microed very well, microing his Marines very well, going in between. Oh my gosh, that was ghosty, but no, gets a shot off. Didn't think he would be able to get a shot off on that Marine. It looked like a very Gosu move at the beginning. Another Marine pops out. He does already have the factory, getting his machine shop, going for that gas and going for that Siege Tech like we see so much, unless you're Flash, and if you're Flash then you go 1 racks into CC no matter what versus Protoss, and you still are able to win somehow. But that Dragoon is now out, going to be putting some pressure on those Marines, as I don't think that range is upgraded yet, but it will be upgraded shortly, and he's going to have a lot more range on those Marines, virtually be able to pick them off unharmed. SCV goes down as well. Starport, it looks like, so probably going to go for some drop tech, or possibly, since it's so early, might be going for Wraiths, which, I don't know if it's the most effective move. If he gets Cloak, it could be moderately effective, but, Protoss players usually go for that robotics facility. They're going to be able to get observers out. Maybe if he goes for a robotics and a robotic support very early, and his robotic support first tries to get the shuttle and the Reavers out, those Wraiths could do a lot of damage because he's not going to have any detection. Usually players don't get their forge into the mid game. So he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. SCV, Marines, and Tank at the front. And Flying has 2 Dragoons at his front as well. Both players are just kind of doing a little dance. Now trying to engage. Hits going off on those Dragoons. And the Dragoons hitting the Tank in turn. Control tower going up for that Starport. So he's either going for drop tech, or he's going to go for Cloak, because you can make race without that control tower. And so we're not going to see a really super early Wraith. That SCV is going to be able to repair that tank. Gonna make sure it doesn't go down. And speaking of repair, man, Thor push with all your SCVs repairing, and oh, mine takes out the Dragoon, losing the Dragoon, man. That's very, very bad. I don't know why he did that. You know, it looks like that Fantasy has opted to go for his mine tech before he went for siege mode. Flying, meanwhile, is picking up a base at his natural just now, but it is kind of bad timing, seeming that Fantasy is moving in here now. He only has 5 Dragoons, and 2 of those Dragoons are such low health, able to pick off one with that Vulture. The SCV comes in for some odd reason. That SCV is going to probably get picked off. Does get picked off. Don't know why. That was kind of Miss Micro. Did go for shuttle, so it looks like he might be going in for a drop, and this is really particular. Don't know what's in that shuttle. But it's obviously something. This obviously isn't like a total fake. Probably some vultures is what I'm assuming. Maybe a single siege tank if siege tech is done. Or he's picking up his forces. Doesn't have anything in that dropship yet. Did pick up 2 vultures. Gonna drop right into his base. Do some harassment on the probe line. Possibly put down some mines right by the gateways as well to, you know, kind of deter the forces and kill them right as they spawn out. And you know what? Flying's gonna need some observers very soon. He needs to be careful about these mines. Oh my gosh! And he loses 2 Dragoons from that mine. Oh my gosh, doing a very bad job. And now it looks like Fantasy's pushing out the front 2 with a Marine and a Vulture. Not gonna be too effective against that Nexus, but gonna do damage nonetheless. He still has 2 vultures in his main. I think that Fantasy is just elevating his forces into that top area there, and it looks like Flying is going to be able to defend this, but the damage has been done, doing a very nice job planting mines. It looks like Flying does not have observers, doesn't even have his robotics up yet, unless I missed it, but I know he doesn't have observers as of yet. That mine getting picked off, not being able to do the damage. These 2 mines probably are going to get picked off by the significant amount of Dragoons there. That Marine gets picked off as well, so probably no more mine hits for those Dragoons, but oh my gosh, already killing 3 Dragoons just off of mines, doing a very nice job. That Nexus is at half health. Now the observatory is up, so he's going to be able to get out observers, but here comes another drop. Dragoons are placed at the north, ready to defend. This tank is going to be able to outrange those Dragoons, especially if it goes into siege mode. But no, he comes in here, and 2 more hits going off. Another hit going off on the Dragoon. Only 1 more Dragoon. The probes aren't doing anything. And the probes are just getting moved up to the gas for some reason. He's just trying to, you know, maneuver them out so they don't get killed. But Fantasy, man, Fantasy's just doing such a good job of harassment here. He just picked off 3 of those Dragoons, 1 from the tank and 2 from those mines, doing a very nice job. Those Dragoons still at low health, I believe. And that dropship comes in just in the nick of time to save that tank. Very nice play there. But what I was going to say, speaking of... Excuse me. Fantasy has his natural base up as well, picking up another factory. But that Thor push is kind of all in, but it's kind of not, because you can keep some of your SCVs at your base, but you just are able to do so much damage. And that's how I lost. He went Thor push. All 3 of the games I lost in the KSL finals. He went Thor push against me. I played Protoss, and he pretty much just owned me, repairing his Thor and bringing some Marines around. Very, very effective. Terran is very, very hard to play against in that aspect that they are able to repair their units, and really, you know, you can say that Zerg is able to heal, but repair is a lot different because you can repair at any rate you want. You can heal them technically at any rate you like. Vulture now in the middle line for Fantasy, and not getting too much hits, not getting a probe kill off that. Vulture does not pay for himself. But really what he can do is he can just pretty much macro up. He's done so much economic damage that Observer's going to see when Fantasy is moving out. 3 Dragoons at that north, doesn't want to get dropped on again, and more Dragoons at that natural, but doing a very nice job. And Fantasy looks like he's going to move in yet again. Don't know if he has a considerable amount of force to deal with this, but he's probably going to go in for a little bit of pressure at the north and go in from the west and kind of harass his probe line with these 2 vultures. Going to be doing a very nice job. It looks like Flying might be trying to move out here with his Dragoons and that Observer, picking off mines, slow picking off, but these siege tanks, if they siege up, they're going to be able to do so much damage. I don't think that Flying sees this. Siege tanks siege up. Sorry, that was terrible. But no, he does pull his probes just in the nick of time. This Nexus does go down though, and that's devastating for him because he really needed that Nexus. He really needs to stay at least even bases, if not ahead of the Terran player. And now he's probably going to go in for a last-ditch effort attack. And Fantasy needs to be careful though. This attack could do a lot of damage. There's a lot of Dragoons there. He's macroed up a very, very huge amount of Dragoons. Does have an Observer, so he's going to be able to pick off mines. No more mine kills, hopefully, for Flying. And really, I I think that he should go in for the front here. I think that he might be able to break with this Observer. He's going to be able to target those siege tanks at the front, but no, sieging up his siege tanks just in time is Fantasy, and that siege line is going to be just so hard to take, and looks like 12 o'clock base going up for Fantasy as well. But yeah, that siege line is so hard to engage as a Protoss player. You really need Arbiters to do status, not status, status. Somebody corrected me on that. Statuses on those tanks, and do some recalls or something like that. You really need that, or at least 2 shuttles in speed lots, or a Reaver, a shuttle Reaver play. But here come a lot of Vultures going to be able to go into that middle line. Not any getting picked off on the way in there, laying down mines, and this is going to really delay Flying what he's doing. And GG coming from Flying. He just really couldn't take any of the pressure there. Fantasy able to win the match. Not surprising there. Flying is not even close to the same caliber, actually 50 spots below Fantasy. Fantasy just playing like himself, doing a very nice job, and I believe that he is going to be, he could probably get Flash for his money. Him and Light and Lita and Flash are probably the 4 best Terran players in the scene right now. Anyways, guys, that's game. GG, lates.